So Portugal beat Ghana, and that was not comfortable at all. We knew it wasn't gonna be an easy game, but I would say that for most of the time, Portugal had the possession of the ball, had the control of the game. Especially in the first half, they put a lot of pressure on Ghana, but their Ghana defense was really good. And the second half was very, very good. We had 5 goals scored in the second half. One thing I could notice from the start was that Portugal was not moving the ball really quick. They were lacking the runners in behind, and especially when a team has 5 at the back, you need someone to run in behind so that you can create that space for midfielders to pick out the passes. And that was not happening, and Ghana defense was really good, and their midfielders were very physical. So Portugal midfielders were literally getting a little bit bullied here and there, and they were not able to pass comfortably, and that's why we saw a lot of horizontal passes without any vertical penetration. So they needed a player like Rafael Leao who could just run in behind and then take away the defenders with them. That creates a space. But I think that has to be addressed in the next game by Fernando Santos. But let's talk about this game. So the games, I'm going to talk about the second half now. In the second half, Cristiano Ronaldo runs into the penalty box. He gets the touch to the ball and the defender gets his leg, and that was given as a penalty. But I think that was a soft penalty, but that was a penalty nonetheless. Once the defender does not get the ball and get the player, and since Ronaldo has already got the ball, it was gonna give as a penalty, and VAR was not gonna overturn it. So after that, it was all up to Ronaldo. We saw how many penalties have been missed in this World Cup tournament, and teams have paid dearly for that. When there's a penalty situation, you want only one man on the ball, and that's Cristiano Ronaldo. That's exactly what happened. He scored, and he becomes the first person to score in 5 different World Cups. After that, when Portugal scored, Ghana also came up, and Andre Ayew had a very, very good game, and he got the goal for Ghana. And then that time, Portugal had to go in forward. They had no other option. And then came in the substitution of Rafael Leao. As I mentioned before, you need speed when other team is like defending so deep. And then Rafael Leao came on, and Portugal got the 2 goals. A moment of magic from Bruno Fernandes, a beautiful through ball, and Joao Felix capitalized on it and scored a beautiful goal. And then on the next one, it's a beautiful counter-attack from Portugal. Not the fastest counter-attack, but with Rafael Leao, he gives you that option, out wide. And Bruno Fernandes played a very good weighted ball to Rafael Leao, who held his run brilliantly to keep himself onside. And then we saw a beautiful color of a finish to the bottom far corner. At this moment, the scoreline was 3-1. And Ghana started to really come up forward and start putting pressure on Portugal. And that is when all the defensive fragilities started to open up in the Portuguese camp. And Danilo Pereira, I don't know, he's a CDM. I don't think that he should be playing as a centre back for Portugal. But anyhow, he's playing. And for the second goal, first of all, Cancelo had a very bad game. He had a howler of a game at a right back for Portugal. I don't think so he should start the next game. It should be Diogo Dalot there. So he made a mess of it, and he could not stop the cross from coming. I mean, he had a lot of chances to clear the ball out. He did not do that, and eventually a cross comes in and a goal is scored. And at that moment, the Ghanaian player does a Su celebration, which pissed off Ronaldo. But anyhow, that happened. And after that, the biggest howler was from Portuguese goalkeeper. Costa just places the ball. Iñaki Williams is behind him. Everybody can see it in the stadium. And he just, so the referee blows the whistle, he places the ball, and Iñaki Williams gets to the ball from behind him. Thank goodness that Iñaki Williams slipped over there, otherwise it would have been a goal and Portugal would have lost, or you can say would have dropped 2 points over there. And that would have been huge miss for Portugal. This was their game to win, and they played a very good game. Ghana played very well as well. But Portugal had control over this game, and they always make it difficult for themselves. It could have been an easier victory, but anyhow, it had to be this way. Portugal had some cagey moments in the end. But anyhow, what's most important is 3 points on the debut match, and they managed to get it, and now they are at the top of the group, and that increases their chances to get out of the group, because Korea and Uruguay played a 0-0 draw. I think that was a fair reflection of the result. Nothing much to add. I would say Korean defense was really good. And apart from that, I have to say Valverde once again. He shows wherever he plays, whichever team he plays, he is one of the best players, and I rate him as the best player in the world right now, all-rounder, who can do everything. He could pass, dribble, carry the ball, put in crosses, and you saw the shot. The ball he shot from like I think 40-45 yards out, and that hit the crossbar. Oh my god, if that went in, that could have been like really a goal of the tournament. Talking about goal of the tournament, let's move on to Brazil versus Serbia match. We knew Serbia won't be a pushover because they have a very good team that has a very organized defense, and that's what we saw. 5 at the back, and they were very resolute, very solid. They defended very well in the first half. They also had attacking outlets in Mitrovic and Tadic especially. I saw them a lot of the times in the first half. And Mitrovic, man, what a guy! That guy is colossal. And if he's at the end of a cross, good luck. Most of the time he scores. And you saw his aerial threat everywhere. Not only aerial threat, I think his first touch is good. He shields the ball very well. And Tadic was playing all around him, and Tadic has a very good skill set as well. So the game went 0-0 into halftime. A really entertaining game, but Brazil started to get frustrated. And there is one thing, against these defensive teams, you have to get a goal first. Because if you don't get a goal first, you'll have to suffer the game. If you get a goal early, then you'll have a much more comfortable game. And then Brazil started to make more moves here and there, but at the end of the day you have to have some quality in your squad, and that's what Brazil had. Neymar with a moment of magic, great dribbling, and then he took a heavy touch which Vinicius capitalized. He took a shot on goal and keeper parries it away, but straight into Richarlison, who scored a brilliant first goal. Then the game opened up. Serbia had to eventually push up because they wanted to get the equalizer and get something out of the game. But that did not happen because next we saw Vinicius has been like brilliant in this game. He has been like one of the most offensive players of Brazil, and he looked like he was creating the most chances in the game. And for the second goal, Vinicius gave out an outside the foot cross to Richarlison, and Richarlison flicked the ball into the air and then hit a beautiful scissors kick into the bottom corner. That was one of the best goals I have seen in the World Cup. And I was literally looking at the screen, what the hell just happened? And that might just as well be the goal of the tournament. There's a lot of tournament to go, but it's going to be very difficult to top that. One bad thing that came out of the game was, especially for Brazil, is that Neymar is now injured. I saw a photo of his like swollen ankle and it looked very bad. I don't think so he'll be playing next game or maybe next games. But Tite also said that Neymar will remain with the squad and he will play the World Cup regardless of the injury. So it's really unfortunate because Neymar was looking really good, and in this season he had an impeccable season, and I thought that we will see the best version of Neymar. And it's just sad to see, man. You don't never wish an injury on any player, and especially a player like Neymar who will be playing like his last World Cup most probably, as he said. So it just hurts to see that. And Neymar has been like a leader for this group. We saw in the entire game, Serbia players were really aggressively tackling Neymar, and he had like 9 tackles on him, and eventually he is now out injured. And this wraps up the round 1 of the World Cup. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.